Hey, it's Shane Button, Country 93.1, joined by Dallas Smith, Alexandra Kay, who have an incredible new single out. And of course, Dallas, well, I want to start with you for a second because it's your single, but it's a re-recording of a song that came out previously, where it was just you singing it, of course. How Do You Miss Me? What made you decide you wanted to add someone else to the song, and how did you land on Alexandra being that person?
Well, I always wanted to get this song out to radio, and for whatever reason, it just never made it. So it's from the record that I put out 14, 15 months ago.
Yeah.
And I just felt like releasing that song to radio felt stale, just as is. So it needed I needed a new life to it, and luckily that song lends itself to a duet really well. So it's just a matter of finding the right partner to do that with, the right vocal range, tone. Um, she a good person, somebody want to align myself to an artist, right? All those things, and Alexandra's profile got sent to me, and I had recognized her from other stuff, and I'm pretty sure it was from Jelly Roll Post or something. And once you dug in, I was like, yeah, that's absolutely. And then um, Alexandra sent some recordings back from some initial passes of cutting the vocals on it, and it was amazing. Really, really great matchup, and yeah, I'm very fortunate and grateful to have her on the track, bring it back to life for me.
Yeah, well, I think the vocals blend incredibly well. So, pointing out that that's a big reason I think for that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Alexandra, when the song came to you, how long, I think I might know the answer, but how long before you were like, yeah, I'm jumping on this?
Instantly. Instantly. I heard it one time and I was like, oh, this is a smash. And I just wanted to be a part of whatever Dallas was doing, anyways. I was obviously very familiar with him and his success, and just a big fan of him in general and his art. So I just really wanted to be a part of what he had going on, and then heard the song and was like, yes, I love it. I genuinely love it. And got in there and recorded it with his label at Big Loud, and it was really super easy. It just flowed, and our voices sounded so great together, and it just didn't take a bunch of effort to get it to sound great. It was meant to be. So I'm really, really happy to be a part of it.
It's one of those things where, you hear, okay, these artists came out, there's a duet, and then you never see them together. They never get to perform it together. But you guys you've done it a couple of times now in some Canadian shows. How did that come about? Did you just happen to be in the same place at the same time? Did you plan it from the get-go? Dallas, were you already where she was going to be?
Yeah, it actually worked out pretty well. Like shortly, I think that looking at the release times and when they could release, it just made sense to kind of, yeah, you were coming through Canada, coming through my hometown in Vancouver here. So yeah, you could hit up radio stations going across. So it's yeah, the timings of it all landed so perfectly. Even with me releasing singles and Alexander releasing singles, it all just made sense.
So how long was the process when you decided we're going to make this the next single? Did it take a little while? Because you already had, CRZY, which was just out. You've had these
Mhm.
other ones in there. So did you have to kind of shoehorn it in quickly, or was it kind of a part of a longer plan?
No, I mean, for me, it was really nothing. I mean, my part was already done in that. So it was just a matter of trying to get Alexandra some studio time in the middle of a tour, right? And I know as a vocalist, right, getting in there and doing more to your voice when you're on tour, right? That can be a challenging thing. So I'm thankful that she was able to get in there and lay down those tracks.
Now, Alexander, in case people aren't super familiar with you, I mean, they probably may have seen you and not necessarily made the connection. I mean, you've done stuff with Netflix and you've been in the music world for quite a while to some degree. But what was your first love? Was it music or was it acting? You've done the musical theater, you've done the Netflix stuff, you've done music for years now. Where did it start for you?
Oh man. Well, my first love actually was softball. We were a big softball family, big sports family, and I worked my butt off to go to college on scholarship like my entire life. I was in the same like nationally ranked organization from when I was 11 until I was 18. And both my sisters went on full rides to college, and that was supposed to be my plan as well, until I decided that I didn't want to go and I wanted to chase my music career. So I mean, I guess outside of softball, when I first dipped my toes in it, my first love was musical theater. And I just absolutely love the fact that I got to do two things that I loved. I loved to act. I loved to sing. At that time, I got an agent, and I was doing some voiceover work and some modeling and stuff like that. So I just realized I love the entertainment business, and that's what lit the fire under my butt. And I said, okay, well, this is what I'm gonna do. So I got to figure it out, and I think we made it. So I'm happy. I'm happy that it did. Thank you, Lord. My parents are really happy too.
Right. Yeah, especially when you decide I'm not going to college. I'm going to try this entertainment thing. It probably
Oh
scares the
no.
pants off your parents, right?
Yeah, and how much money they spent on softball like my entire life. I
Right.
mean, white face, white face. And my dad actually told me, and this just shows like how disconnected my parents were from the whole world of music and entertainment, right? They were like, okay, if you are not going to college, you can live under our roof for 1 year. But after that 1 year, if you are not, this is hilarious to say now, if you are not signed to a record label, right? This was their
Wow.
this is their understanding of how it works, right? And you're not working and making like your own living, you have to move out and find somewhere else to live. And so I ended up signing my first record deal in 6 months. So
Dedication, dedication. Hey,
That's
and
amazing.
when the pressure's on, right? When the pressure's on, you make
yeah,
your
yeah.
best work. Do you have a favorite musical? If you're a big theater kid, you must have, right?
Oh my gosh. It's something that my boyfriend actually plays guitar in my band. And it's something that we do on off days when we're on the road. So I've seen a lot recently. I just saw Hamilton for the first time. I thought it was incredible. I've always been a fan of Hairspray, has always been my number one musical. I also love like Rent. I love The Color Purple. I just went and saw Mamma Mia on the road. Really great. So yeah, I'm a nerd when it comes to that stuff.
Where
Love
do
it.
you fall in the musicals? Dallas, are you a musical guy? Have you seen any?
I was hoping you'd ask me. I think the only musical I've seen is that one in New York, the South Park one. That's the
Okay.
only.
Book of Mormon?
Yeah, it was so amazing. It's literally
I
the only
bet.
musical I've ever seen. Yeah.
That's
That is
funny.
funny.
You
Yeah.
should go hit up the Lion King. The Lion King's, I think, back in Toronto next time you're through there. It's very good live. I saw it as a kid.
Iconic.
It's fantastic.
I would
Iconic.
love to take I'd love to take my girls to something
I was
like
about
that.
to say your kids would love
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Dallas, last time you were here in Timmins, 2023, with both solo and default, you played
Yeah,
Rock on the River, the two-night thing there.
that's right. Yeah.
You've since got a chance to be on in the Opry. You debuted at the Grand Ole Opry there.
Yeah.
How important was that to you to finally get that email? I know I saw the video and it was like, oh, it's anticlimactic. It was an email, but it still must have been important and
Yo,
huge.
it's amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, because it's like those moments where I freeze in the kitchen. I'm like in the morning, and my wife was like, "What?" We both freeze, and we both know that I just saw something that's really really cool, and I can't wait to talk about. It just yeah, it's anticlimactic, but it's still pretty cool experience, right?
Sure.
Um, yeah, it was amazing. I've been there. I've been on stage before playing. Terry Clark invited me up there to do the song that we did together years before that. So I'd been on there, but I'd never got the invite before, and that's a different thing. Getting an invite from the Opry to make your debut, put your name on the parking stall, you sign the book. Just everything about it is they make it such an incredible experience, and I got to do that with all the people that love and support me and came into town and flew in and made that a big deal in their schedule. And yeah, it's an amazing experience, man. It really is. I was I was really really surprised after it was done. So I played the two songs. I played Somebody Somewhere and Use Me, and then you go to the side stage and they ask you your experience to the crowd, right? Like how was that for you? It really hit me then, because then I was looking out at my family and friends and what I had just experienced and what I had just gone through. I could like kind of let my guard down a bit about the nerves. It's done, and I was just hit in the gut with like emotions, like how special this moment is. I'll never forget that feeling when you
Yeah.
get hit like that. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Did
sure.
you were you able to reflect on it afterwards? Like
I
sit
mean,
back or was it
you just
just
saw
full
me reflect.
chaos?
Yeah, you just saw me reflect on it again. I'll always do that. Yeah, because it was something I knew was going to be special, and I built it up and I built it up. I wasn't disappointed. I was even more surprised at how much that experience was going to affect me
Yeah.
as a person. Yep.
Alexandra, you've been on that stage too, right?
Yeah.
How was your experience?
Always incredible. I've played it a few times now. I'm playing it again in June, and every single time I make a huge deal out of it because it is a huge deal. You know, I'm not saying it's any more important than any other show we play, but it's a different kind of experience. It's an emotional experience. It's representing country music's finest, right? It's you know, being a part of the culture and the genre and making everybody who came before you proud. My Opry debut, my friend Mark Wills is who introduced me, and right before he went out there, we went out there. He was like, "Don't black out," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I blacked out throughout my whole Opry debut. Like I don't remember anything from adrenaline."
Oh man.
He's like, "Whatever you do, take 2 seconds, look down in the circle, see your feet, look up into the crowd,
And breathe.
and breathe." And I come back and he's like, "Oh, you killed it, blah, blah." I was like, "I blacked out." I was like, "What happened? I don't remember anything.
Oh, no.
Did I sound good?" Yeah, I was so nervous, but yeah, it's so cool, man. There's nothing like it.
What's the process like trying to figure out what songs you're gonna do? Like, is that
That's the
nerve-wracking? Because you got
thing.
to make sure they're big, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing where it isn't. I think I think sometimes if you're a newer artist, there's an obvious song you're going to want to push. Um, I mean, I went to the Opry after releasing 5 records, 4 records, so like I had a lot of I had a lot of things to pick from, and it made it
Yeah.
difficult. So that's why I just went somebody somewhere. My first release to country radio, and then my latest at the time, which was Use Me, just to kind of bookend. And really, that's the only way I could justify putting any song over the other was just that.
Yeah. Any thoughts? Hey, maybe let's throw a default song in there and mess with them a little bit.
Nah, no, no, no.
No, it's funny.
No.
Honestly, I feel like one day if you did that, the crowd would go insane.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
I have to think about that. Yeah, I have to think about that because that's like, yeah. Has it ever been done? Has somebody done that? Taken a song from previous career or something?
oh, for sure. But like
Yeah,
people do they do covers all the time. You know,
yeah.
every time I've seen Ernest play there, he always does like at least one cover. And it's always really, so I feel like I was like, if people can cover other people's songs, you can definitely play one of yours from a different life, you
One of
know?
my own. Yeah, I guess it's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll
Awesome.
see.
Awesome. Next time. All right.
Next.
Well, your new single, How Do You Miss Me is playing now here on Country 93.1. It's fantastic. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know you guys have had a crazy busy day, but I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing it. It's going to fly up the charts. I'm sure of it. Your voices blend so well. It's familiar. Obviously, you'd released it to streaming and stuff before Dallas, but I think it's got like a vibe to it. Like my head was kind of swaying like this the whole time I'm hearing it, and
Good.
I think it's just going to resonate and become an earworm for people. So
Yeah, I hope so,
uh,
man.
you're onto something, and I appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank you.
so much for having us. See
Thanks,
you.
Shane.
Have a good day. Bye.
See you, buddy.